The recent amazing find at Cleopatra's tomb in Egypt has surprised archaeologists a lot. This discovery could change what we understand about ancient Egypt. Cleopatra, who was the last ruler or Pharaoh of Egypt, is a really famous and puzzling person from history. She led Egypt for more than 20 years and is known for being really smart, beautiful, and good at politics. For a very long time, people have been enamored with her tomb. So finding where she was finally laid to rest is something that historians and archaeologists have been eagerly awaiting for. Cleopatra's tomb is super important for knowing about Egyptian history. People think it holds very valuable things from the past and clues about the life of one of the most powerful women. Opening up her tomb might let us know more about ancient Egypt, like how Cleopatra really felt about Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Is the latest discovery at the tomb really surprising for archaeologists? It might change how we see Egyptian history forever. The shocking discovery at Cleopatra's tomb hasn't been fully told to everyone yet, but people are talking about it having something to do with a curse or other kinds of strange, supernatural things. The discovery is being called scary, and it's making archaeologists very excited and also kind of nervous. Do we have all the details about what's been found? What is it that we now know might change our perspective on Egyptian history and Cleopatra's life? As we get to know more about this scary discovery, historians and archaeologists will definitely want to learn all they can. It might change how we think about Cleopatra and the history of Egypt. So even though we're still figuring out what's been found, it's clear that this discovery is a really big deal. Cleopatra's tomb is in Alexandria, Egypt, and it's really important as a place from the past. The tomb was made when Cleopatra was ruling, and its design shows how fancy and impressive the Ptolemaic dynasty was. It's got a big entrance, a main room, and some smaller rooms where Cleopatra kept valuable stuff. The walls have detailed carvings and paintings that tell stories about Egyptian stories in Cleopatra's life. People have dug at this place many times and found lots of old things, giving us clues about how Cleopatra lived and ruled. In 2010, a group of archaeologists found a secret tunnel going from the tomb to a temple close by. This suggests that Cleopatra might have used the tunnel to get out of the tomb when things were really tough. Then in 2021, another dig found more hidden rooms in the tomb. Inside there was jewelry, pottery, and other things from Cleopatra's time. These finds are showing us more about what Cleopatra's life was like. Cleopatra's tomb is super important because she was the last leader of the Ptolemaic dynasty, and she's one of the most powerful women in history. People who study history and regular people are all really interested in her life. Finding hidden rooms and tunnels in the tomb is letting us learn even more about her. It might tell us things we didn't know before about how she lived and ruled. The archaeologists are going to keep digging and studying the site, so we might find out even more amazing things about this really interesting time in history. Archaeologists made a really surprising and scary discovery at Cleopatra's tomb in Egypt, and this could actually change history. It happened on November 20th, 2022, when the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquity told everyone about finding a locked box in the tomb. When the archaeologists opened the box, they saw something really horrifying, and it really affected them. This discovery has made a lot of archaeologists worried, and has made many historians and regular people curious too. At first, everyone was shocked and scared by what was found. The stuff inside the box was so disturbing that the archaeologists who found it don't want to say exactly what it was. The discovery has also made people wonder about what happened to Cleopatra's family, her kids, brothers, and sisters. People thought they were buried in the tomb too, but now they're not so sure. The discovery is really big and might change everything we know about history. This finding is really important. It might help us understand more about Cleopatra, who is one of the most interesting and mysterious people from our past. People have written lots of books and made movies about her, and experts have talked a lot about her life and how she died. But this discovery could give us new information about her life and what led to her death. This also shows why it's so important to keep looking for old things and studying them. We might find more things that change how we see the past. The recent find at Cleopatra's tomb in Egypt could change how we understand Egyptian history by a lot. This discovery is making us think differently about Cleopatra's time as a ruler and what she left behind. In 2021, they found Cleopatra's face on something at the temple of Taposiris Magna, and this is important because it gives us a better idea of how she really looked. More discoveries like this might tell us even more about her life and how she ruled. It might also change what we think about her and what she does, making us understand her better. This discovery is also helping us see ancient Egyptian society in a new way. For example, the hands they found in the old city suggest that there might have been human sacrifices, something we didn't know before about ancient Egypt. This changes what we thought about their religious practices and might make us rethink other parts of their society. Even the tunnel they found under Egypt's ancient Taposiris Magna temple is exciting. It might help us learn more about Cleopatra's lost tomb and open doors for more discoveries and research. Lots of archaeologists, historians, and researchers are really interested in this discovery. They want to know what it means. There could be more discoveries and more research that totally change how we understand ancient Egypt. As the archaeologists keep exploring the tomb and the area around it, we might find out things we never knew about ancient Egyptian society and how they lived. Why is it so important to learn about the past and find out its secrets? The news of the discovery of Cleopatra's tomb in Egypt has shaken up the world of archaeology. It all started on November 20th, 2022, when the Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities said that they had found Cleopatra and Mark Antony's tombs. This amazing discovery has sparked a scientific investigation into what's inside the tomb, and this investigation could actually change how we understand history. They even showed the opening of the tomb on a TV documentary called The Hunt for Cleopatra's Tomb. Scientists have been using lots of different methods to study the tomb, and what they found is really surprising. They found a tunnel that's like a geometric miracle, carved into the rock about 43 feet under the ground. The tomb itself was found complete, which is amazing because now scientists can look at what's inside and learn so much more. This suggests that Cleopatra and Mark Antony might be buried in the tomb, which is a big deal. And this discovery is also helping us to know more about how people in ancient Egypt lived and what they were able to do. For instance, they're saying that during Cleopatra's rule, there weren't as many uprisings in the Egyptian countryside as there had been for a long time. The discovery is really important. It might change our understanding of history and what life was like in ancient Egypt. Scientists used cameras, digging, and special tests to learn more about the tomb. And as they went deeper into the dark and mysterious tomb, they found so much information that could change what we know about ancient Egypt. The discovery reminds us why it's so crucial to keep studying the past and exploring it with the help of science. The recent find at Cleopatra's tomb in Egypt has caused quite a stir among historians and archaeologists, and this discovery holds a lot of meaning for culture, especially in terms of how it affects Egypt's identity. Cleopatra is a really important person in Egypt's history. Finding her tomb tells us more about how she lived and ruled, and it also teaches us about the bigger story of ancient Egypt. It's also a way of saying how much we care about Egypt's history and making sure it stays for the next generation. The discovery of Cleopatra's tomb is also likely to change how art and stories are made. Cleopatra has been an inspiration for artists and writers for a long time. Now that we found her tomb, it's probably going to make people create new art and stories based on her life and what she meant. Plus, because we're learning new things about her time as a ruler, we might look at old art and stories about her in a new way. Lastly, finding Cleopatra's tomb is important for today's world in many ways. It reminds us how crucial it is to protect things that tell us about our history, not just in Egypt, but everywhere. It also shows how vital archaeology and studying history still are in finding new facts about what happened before. Plus, the discovery could make more people want to learn about ancient Egypt and its history, and that could change what we know about human history and how people used to live. Some experts are worried that the discovery might not be true and could have been exaggerated to get attention. Because the archaeologists don't have solid proof to back up their claims, some people who know a lot about this stuff don't even really believe them. This means that people who study history are still debating whether the discovery is real or not. There's another problem tied to this discovery. Who should own and show the things that were found? The Egyptian government says they own the artifacts and want to show them in a museum. But there are people who say the artifacts should stay where they were found so we don't lose the important history around them. Some people also worry that the artifacts might be used to make money, which would make the argument about the discovery even worse. The discovery also has brought up questions about doing research in the right way. Some experts are saying that the archaeologists might not have followed the right rules while looking for the discovery. They're worried that the methods used might not have been fair or respectful. There are also worries about how the digging might have hurt the environment and the site itself. Because of these things, people are talking about what it means to be a responsible archaeologist and how we should be open about our work. On November 20th, 2022, the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquity told everyone that they had found a strange box inside Cleopatra's tomb. Experts opened the box and found something really scary that no one could have expected. This showed a dark and kind of scary part of ancient Egyptian history, and this discovery is really important for understanding how Cleopatra ruled and how people lived in ancient Egypt. The discovery at Cleopatra's tomb is making people want to learn more about Egypt. People who study Egypt, called Egyptologists, are excited to learn more about how people used to live back then. And if they find Cleopatra's tomb, that would be a huge deal and could change what we know about history. But it's really important to be careful and respect Egypt's history and culture while exploring. The government and researchers need to make sure to keep Egypt's old sites and things safe. So, in conclusion, the discovery at Cleopatra's tomb is showing us new things about ancient Egypt and giving us exciting chances to learn more in the future. But we need to be respectful and careful when we learn about these discoveries. We have to understand that Egypt's history is really important and we need to keep it safe. By doing this, we can find out cool things about this amazing civilization and its history. The scary find at Cleopatra's tomb has changed how we understand Egypt's history. The discovery has taught us more about Cleopatra's life and how ancient Egyptians lived. The smart study of the find has shown us how advanced the technology and culture of ancient Egypt were. The discovery has also caused debates about whether it's real and the way it was found, was it fair? But we can't ignore how important this discovery is. It has made Egypt's cultural identity even stronger, and it is important for people today. This find is making us want to learn more and shows why it's crucial to protect Egypt's history and culture. This discovery will help us understand ancient Egypt and its influence on the world. Hey, we hope you liked today's video. If so, make sure you like it, share it, and please subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. Thanks for watching.